Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Tomorrow's July 4th. Yay! The wait is almost over. The wait is almost over. Where are you going, Roni? I give you one sniff and then we're heading back around the lake, mister. You get one sniff, son. So I guess the entire United States is in transit right now. Or they did travel already. If you live in the United States, you are at your vacation destination. And that is a fact, Jack. No, Roni, you know what we do? We go around the lake, mister. You have no excuses tonight. It's not hot out, son. Hey, yo, Boschetti. Yo, 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 man. I'm all psyched. Tomorrow is my favorite holiday. Tomorrow is my favorite holiday. 4th of July. I get to light off all my goodies. I went to a fireworks store today. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. I went to a fireworks store today, bust, because my friend, he wanted me to go with him, and he says, Rich, I don't know what to get. I want you to point to all the good stuff. So when we walked in there, I said, this is all junk. Ivy, yo, yo, yo. And Ian, yo, yo, yo. And Bust. But I picked out the best stuff I could for the guy. He trusts my opinion. And he spent a few bucks, man. Fireworks aren't cheap. I'm glad I make my own. And they had this gigantic inflatable black cat that, represents the black cat firecrackers. The thing had to be 20 feet tall. Big black cat. And we went into the fireworks place, and guy told me to shut my phone off. Nick, old 45. And Emmanuel Jackson. Yo, yo, yo. So, tomorrow's the 4th. Check this out, dude. Here it is. July, and I got a coat on. That's the Poconos for you, man. Wearing coats in July. Nick says hi. Edmund Jackson says hi. I'm 8th for something. I'm 8th for 10 years old. No, man, that's good. It's all good, man. Everything's good. Favorite holiday, London 13. I'm 4'3". 43. Are you 4'3" or 43 years old? I'm 64 years old and I'm 5'6". I weigh 135 pounds because I eat cereal 3 times a day. And I spent all my money on fireworks. Nah, I'm just joking. I spent all my money on this dog. This one here is on steroids. He drinks a lot of water right now and he pees a lot, but his coat's all clear. Oh yes, I'm going to celebrate the 4th of July, Nick. You better believe it. I'm an amateur pyrotechnician, my friend. I got a shop. I make my own rockets. I make all my own fireworks. I'm heavily into it. I live, eat, and breathe fireworks. I dream about ball mills and black powder. I see rockets in my sleep. Whenever a bomb blows up, like a transformer blows up in a neighborhood, people call my house because they think I'm up to something. So the answer to your question is, you're damn right I'm celebrating the 4th. I got all these set pieces. I got all set and all nailed into the ground. Got all these pinwheels ready, and I made a batch of flash powder today. Flash powder's the good stuff that really blows up good, nice and loud. And I spent the last 3 or 4 days, at least 5 or 6 hours a day, prepping for tomorrow. Tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow Richard's gonna blow fireworks off. Yes, sirree. And I'll be able to get away with it because, see, I make the good stuff, right? But I'll go right in with the mix tomorrow because everybody else that lives in this community, they're all gonna jet down this lake that I'm walking around. They're all gonna come down to this lake where I live at. I live on a lake, and they're all gonna bring their own fireworks, and they're all gonna shoot their stuff off. And I'm gonna live stream the whole damn thing, especially my stuff. I might live stream all day tomorrow because I have a lot of finish work to do, and I'll live stream that. I was gonna live stream today, but I had to go to the fireworks warehouse and pick out goodies for my friend. And then we had a downpour, but I'll make up for it tomorrow. And yeah, baby. My favorite time of year is here. London 13 is 6'7", 4'3", and he's 6'7". So you must be a tall dude. You play basketball? At 6'7", you should be playing basketball. I have a basketball court out back of my house. I like to play poison and pig. I stink at basketball. But you ever play that game where you get the letters if you don't make the shot and you come up with these crazy shots? And somebody's at that house. Somebody's at that vacation house. Yeah, baby. Yes, sirree. Nick A 45. Nick A 45. I am going to celebrate the 4th of July. You know what? Everybody is probably at their destination. And if they're not, they live close to where their destination is. Because I know when I'm not staying at home and I'm going on vacation on the 4th of July, I'm either driving somewhere or dog sees something. I don't know what he sees. So everybody's in transit or going to where they have to be. And hopefully they're there now. And I'm watching the news. And this was the busiest travel season. Well, they say that every year. No kidding, it's busier every year. There's more people in the world. More people have cars. More people want to spend their money. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. And so I took my friend to the fireworks store. I try to point out all the good stuff. I just read the box and I go for what has the most weight and what the firework device does. And I tell him what I make out of it, what I understand out of it. And my friend, he spent like $500 or more. And it was one of them places that if you use cash, and not card, they give you like 30% more for your money. So that's how that's just a gimmick to draw you in. So a lot of people, boy, that place was crowded. They had lots of employees in there, and everybody's asking questions. What does this do? What does that do? Know what the question they always ask one of the guys? I see what you got out on the shelves, but I want to know what you got in the back. In other words, like M80s and quarter sticks. And they probably do have stuff in the back. Derek! Yo, Derek, buddy! Derek! I'm making fireworks all day, Derek! You never knew that about me. Before I moved around here to Poconos, I wasn't into making the fireworks. So you don't know that about me. My friend Bust is saying I'm the man. Thank you, Bust. You're the man too. Thank you. You are the man. I love all you guys. So Derek, you never knew that I was heavily into making my own fireworks, my friend. You should see all the tools I got. When I settled that workman's thing, that workman's comp, that whole thing back in 2009 it was. And I spent a lot of money on tools and chemicals. And some of my tools are like $500 for like a press, a hydraulic press, and it has a safety shield on it. And I got all the screening, and I got all the chemicals. I spent like well over $5,000 in chemicals. I have every freaking chemical. I can make any firework I want. Red, green, blue, flash powder, black powder, rockets, you name it, I can make it. And I have made everything. I have done it just to see if I could do it. My largest mortar tube is a 6-inch mortar tube. 6-inch. That's bigger than a softball. And that's the kind of shells I launch into the air. Something that's bigger than a softball. Significantly bigger than a softball. Some of my shells weigh 5 or 6 pounds. You know how much that takes? Like around 3 ounces of black powder to boost that sucker up to 500 feet in the air. So I got my ball mills. My ball mills weren't cheap. I got several ball mills so I can make large batches of black powder. Richard's into it. Richard's really into it. Got my whistle strobe rockets. Rockets were my favorite because they were the most complicated. Everything's timing in fireworks. When you send up a rocket, you want to get it up as high as it'll go. That's called the apogee. And that's when you want your garnitures to go off, your headers. When your rocket is at its highest point. And that's all timing. And when the fuel's done burning, the rocket coasts for a couple seconds. It's still going up. But you have what they call a time fuse on it. And that's so that when it just starts to come down, the header blows up and you have your display. And then if you have a bottom shot, that's another delay. So your header goes off, you get that beautiful petal. You know, petal's what you see at professional fireworks. When you see that petal in the sky, the colors, that's called a petal. And then when you see that big flash and then you hear the boom a couple seconds later, that's called the bottom shot. And that's timing. You got the timing, the header's got to go off. That's perfect timing. And then a couple seconds later, you have the bottom shot. That's perfect timing. Took me a long time to learn this stuff. Oh, I just stepped in a huge puddle. Derek, I'll be seeing you soon. You bet, buddy. You bet. Derek, you know what I do? And I don't even tell anybody I do this. I clean up all the goose poop down the lake. And when I first started doing it, it took me a couple hours every day. But now that I'm on top of it, I spend 15 minutes a day, maybe twice a day, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. And I got that lake pristine for all the fishing people and all the people coming around to shoot their fireworks off. I picked up every cigarette butt, and I don't even tell anybody I do it. I tell you guys I do it, but I don't tell anybody on the board or the president of this place. I don't tell them. I just do it. I volunteer, and I feel good about it. I'm proud that I do it. And when I see people on that lake fishing and putting their blanket out on the beach with their radio, makes me feel good that I clean that place up for them, and they don't have to worry about their kid stepping in a pile of dog crap or goose poop, or they don't have to worry about some 2-year-old sticking a cigarette butt in their mouth because Richard got them all. My dog's pulling me right now. Little bastard. I don't know what he wants. It's the same spot every day. He does this to me. Yes, Darren, I clean the beach up. I don't even tell anybody. But people see me doing it. Some people come up to me and say, man, if there was more people in the world like you. I say, yeah, I know. My head gets all big. My head's big enough as it is. But it makes me feel good that I clean up that lake and people, they have a beautiful spot, man. I do it for everybody, not just me. I do it for everybody. And everybody, thank you, Derek. And everybody is going to see Richard's fireworks tomorrow. And mine are slightly better than the ones you could buy in the store. And I'm going to have so much fun. I'm so psyched, Derek. When you come around, buddy, I'm going to show you my shop. You're going to shit yourself, dude. I don't like to curse, but I love fireworks. When I step in my shop, I start foaming at the mouth, dude. That's how much I love it. I start salivating because my shop has so much cool stuff in it, man. I got every possible thing that one needs to make fireworks. I always loved it, man. When I was a little kid, when I was like 10 years old, I walked into a hobby shop and I was trying to buy the 3 ingredients to make black powder. Guy pulled out. I said, I want potassium nitrate. He pulled it out, set it on the counter. And I said, well, now I want charcoal. And then he gave me a dirty look. He put the potassium nitrate back on the shelf and he said, get out of here, you little kid. I'm not going to be responsible for some 10-year-old blowing their fingers off. So the point is, I was doing this since I've been like 10 years old, making fireworks in my basement. I used to empty firecrackers out and put them in the ashtrays. And when my sisters would go to put their cigarettes out, the whole ashtray would flare up on them. And that's after I stuck like a cigarette load in a cigarette. So here's like my sister Doreen. She like grabs a cigarette, She's probably real nervous. People smoke because they're nervous. Fires up that cigarette. Boom! The cigarette load blows up in her face. There's tobacco all over the place. And I stick 2 cigarette loads in it. I stick one down a little further down the line. And she curses me out. She, gets the cigarette, puts it back together a little bit because it's all blown apart at the tip. And then she lights it up again and it blows up again. Now she's really pissed. She finally gets 1 or 2 drags out of the cigarette. And when she goes to put it out in the ashtray, I empty the gunpowder out from the firecrackers and the ashtray flares up. Boy, I was mean to my sisters, man. No wonder they used to beat the crap out of me. And I used to stick them things called auto foolers and their spark plugs in the car. And when the car would start up, the car would whistle. And oh, God, I was so mean to my sisters. And, yeah, man. Prankster Richard. Yep, Derek remembers. Man, remember we used to pour lighter fluid on my bicycle tires and light them on fire? and I would ride with my bicycle tires on fire, Derek. Remember the time you set up the trash cans and we built that ramp and I would jump the trash cans on my bicycle? Like a 10-year-old riding like that Stingray bicycle, and I'm jumping trash cans. I jumped that bike so high I bent the rim. And then Billy Fulton stole my bicycle, and I met him like a year later, and we became friends, and I went in his basement, and there's my bicycle in his basement. Like, oh, so you're the one who stole it. He goes, yeah, well, I was just sitting out back, so I just rode it home, that's all. Oh, thanks, Bill. Yeah, good old Billy Fulton. He's still around. I remember when he was in jail and his old lady was in jail, and they would both call my house. And I would hold the phones up to each other so they can communicate with each other from two separate jails. And I had to hold the phones opposite, like the speaker and the earpiece and the earpiece and the speaker, and they would talk through the phones. And they got away with it that way. Good old Richard let him communicate with his old lady. Yeah, Billy Fulton. You know when you sign the yearbook at like when you graduate, like preschool, like 8th grade, everybody signed his book. Like, you're gonna go to jail, dude. And they were right, they were right. I think people signed my book. They said, Rich, good luck when you go to jail. And they were right too. And a lot of them were like, oh, thanks for starting me on pot, Richard. A lot of that was in my yearbook. Oh my God, maybe I shouldn't say that. I'll get kicked off YouTube. They're going to legalize that stuff anyway, any day. You hear what Shapiro did? Our governor of Pennsylvania already took into the budget school, teacher salary and all that, and certain things Shapiro included in the budget. And if the marijuana doesn't get legalized, everybody's going to be screwed in September, because our governor assumed that bill would get signed over and had that money already spent. That was great back then. Yes, it was, Derek. Yes, it was. How about Puffy walking free? He's a bad dude, but he must have had good lawyers. Puffy's walking free, man. So, I kind of knew that, too. I knew that Puffy was going to skate. Oh, that's a pizza. My dog cannot get that pizza. No, you don't. There's a pizza on the ground. My dog will eat that whole thing. I don't like when people throw food out like that. They think they're being nice for the animals, but they're really harming other animals. They do that a lot of times, like Thanksgiving. They throw all their leftover turkey right out in the yard for all the wild animals. And my good old dog finds it and comes home with a bloated belly because he ate like a whole turkey that somebody threw out, or some ham that somebody threw out in the yard so the wildlife would get it. And good old Roni gets it. And then, so, what else is going on, you guys? What else is going on? I'm going to live stream all day tomorrow, Derek. All damn day. I got a lot of finish work I'm going to do with my fireworks. I got all the motors and all the drivers going. Oh, Sikorsky. Hey. Yo. I scheduled a live stream, but everything went amok today. But I'm going to make up for it tomorrow. My friend came over and drugged me to the fireworks warehouse and had me pick out all the good stuff for him. And then we got rain. I know it's probably nice over there in San Diego, but here, check me. I'm wearing a winter coat. It went up to like 85 today. And then we got this major cold front. I thought we were going to have tornadoes, but we didn't. And after the cold front went through, now it's 55 degrees, maybe even colder. Here it is, July 3rd. In another half hour, it's going to be July 4th. And it's in the upper 40s, low 50s. That's the Poconos for you. Man, maybe I shouldn't have put my long underwear away. So, but no, they're calling for nice weather tomorrow. Actually, it's going to be perfect. They're calling for like a high of 80 around here. And low humidity. So that's really the best you could have, man. Around 80 degrees and low humidity. Blue skies they're calling for. So anybody who's going to firework displays tomorrow night in Pennsylvania, at least, them firework shows are going to go off without a hitch, because there's a big high pressure system over the east coast of the U.S. And with all that high pressure, there are no weather systems that are going to creep in. So everybody that's going to firework displays tomorrow around here where I live, they're going to go off without a hitch. I got to look for that piece of pizza that person left out. This is why my dog pulled a U-turn. I think I see it. The dog thinks he's out slicking me, but I'm out slicking him. I'm gonna put my high beams on. There's the high beams. I see the pizza up there. I can't let him get it. See that piece of pizza right there? Right there. I can't let him get it. Can't let him get that. Come on, son. No. Look, he's trying to. My dog's. Come on. He's mad at me because he didn't get the pizza. You can't have that, son. I'll feed you when we get home. You can't eat that garbage, mister. Did you hear him? My dog got mad at me. All right, Derek's got to roll. All right, Derek, I'll talk to you, bro. I love you, man. Thanks for checking in. See you. So, damn, my dog got mad at me because I wouldn't let him eat the pizza off the ground. Did you see that? I give this dog all the food in the world. I give him like 2 cups 3 times a day. The dog gets 6 cups of dog food. And he still wants the pizza off the ground. That's that cortisone he's on. It makes him hungry. Makes him hungry and makes him thirsty. Little bastard. Sikorsky. I'm gonna live stream all day tomorrow. I hope I have no interruptions. I'm gonna get up early. I'll probably click that phone on sometime after 12, probably around 1. And I'm gonna live stream all damn day. Because I got a lot of finish work Richard has to do with the fireworks. Dog's drinking the puddle. So I told you, them steroids make him thirsty. No, don't drink the puddle. You got reverse osmosis with ice cubes at home, and you're drinking a puddle, son. The dog, he drinks everything but what he's supposed to. I put ice in his bowl, got a gravity feeder. He drinks that, but he drinks out of the baby pool I got him. He drinks out of the puddles. I'm waiting for him to drink his own pee-pee one of these days. This nutty dog. I got a neurotic dog. Richard's got a neurotic dog. They say like dog owner, so that must mean I'm neurotic. Oh boy, I'm just neurotic, exotic. Oh. Remember that Rush song? It's just neurotic, exotic. Yeah, so Governor Shapiro already counted the legalization of marijuana into the fiscal budget. So if it gets shot down, Pennsylvania is screwed. I think that's good planning, actually. That was a smart move by Governor Shapiro to do that, to plan the fiscal budget with the legalization of marijuana. So that way you have to legalize it or none of the school teachers are going to get paid. And there's a bunch of like all the trash collection and all the highways and the infrastructure. That's all going to get messed up. So Shapiro, man, that was a good plan. So they're going to have to. If they don't approve this marijuana thing the next time it rolls around, Pennsylvania's going to be screwed with the fiscal budget. They're going to be screwed. So Shapiro, he did it right, man. I'm going to give that guy credit. Yes, he did it right. I just can't wait till the federal government legalizes it, and then there'll be no hassles, no more hassles for anybody. I'm not encouraging young people to take drugs or smoke marijuana, but I just think it's high time that they get that harmless drug and decriminalize it and let people, if they let them drink alcohol, they should let them smoke marijuana, I think, man. Instead of putting people in jail over something so stupid that makes you mellow anyway. You never heard of people going to war over marijuana. Or you ever heard of somebody getting road rage over marijuana. It's over drinking and being disorderly drunk. And nobody, if the whole world smoked weed, there wouldn't be any wars, in my opinion. Everybody would be chilling watching YouTube. They would be watching Richard live stream. All Chinese guys smoking weed, sitting there munching out, tuning in Richard live stream, setting off his fireworks. Do 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 do. What do you call? I got one of my subscribers. His name, he calls himself. I don't know how to go. Skeleton Boy is his handle. He's not here tonight for it. Next time he comes on, I'm gonna say, listen, Skeleton Boy, that's his handle. I'm gonna call you Professor Skeleton Boy because you deserve it. You should, at 9 years old, you should be teaching at MIT. And telling the people how to run the world, because that's how smart this 9-year-old is, Skeleton Boy. Oh boy, I just faded out and I faded back in. It's better to burn out, because Ross never sleeps. So, alright, I'm arriving back at my house, you guys. Richard loves you. Bus Get It and Sirkowski and Skeleton Boy and Derek and everybody else. I'll stay in touch and I will